It looks like you can hear me now. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my audio wasn't turned on. I thought we were on still there. So we are still tracking a couple of thunderstorms that are still out there tonight. Now these are not as intense as they were earlier in the day. We're here in the evening, and I think a lot of those thunderstorms that developed earlier today probably zapped some of that warm, humid air, kind of what we call instability, kind of out of the atmosphere. So these storms are probably slightly what we call elevated. Still some pretty decent wind shear in the atmosphere, and these should still rotate a little bit. But as of right now, they're just hail producers. If we take a look, even though there's no warning in the Bowie area, at least southern Monte County, that storm is probably producing some decent-sized hail as it crosses 287 between Bowie and Sunset, northern side of Amon Carter. That'll continue to move across the southern parts of Monte County. That is a supercell, but it doesn't have a lot of rotation with it. Back to the west, there's some other storms down into the northern parts of Wise County. Here's another supercell moving across southern Clay and northern Jack County with hail production, some warnings down there for that. Another thunderstorm will probably follow suit there in Young County. It'll probably develop some hail as it moves to the east. As far as rotation, there is a tornado watch still in effect over here, but these storms are just not spinning a whole lot. And I think that the reason for that is probably because they're slightly probably elevated. There's a little rotation in them, but nothing major. There's still a good bit of spin in the atmosphere over here, so they still could spin up, but as of right now, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of rotation with them. Of course, I'll keep my eye on that and make sure that doesn't change. Cameron is still out there in the storm tracker, but as of right now, nothing that appears to be imminent, nothing that appears to be tornadic at this time. But the area to watch for thunderstorms will be down here in the southeastern parts of our area. We're talking about mostly Jack, southern Clay, Monte County, and maybe parts of southern Archer and northern Young County. I still got that one tornado warning over there near Ardmore, but even that cell is trying to kind of fizzle out a little bit now. So thankfully today did not get too out of hand. Big tornado down near Windthorst, but thankfully today did not get too out of hand. There's been a couple tornadoes, but it certainly had the potential to be a lot worse. I believe what helped us today was the fact that these thunderstorms developed early in the day, and they were able to rob a lot of the moisture out of the atmosphere and kind of help stabilize things to the Earth's surface before these storms could really get into a real favorable tornado environment. And there's also a lot of storms, and that also probably hurt things as well. So thankfully we made it through it. And hey, I just made a post on my Facebook page. Once we get these few storms out of here, I think that we're probably, for the most part, probably done with our major severe weather season. We'll probably get a couple fronts that'll bring what we call MCSs or bring some thunderstorm complexes our way from time to time into June, but just bring some good rain. But I think we're pretty much done with our severe weather season now. So thankfully, it's crazy one, that's for sure. Thankfully, it didn't get too bad for us. Everybody stayed safe. We had a couple pretty significant events, but I think we made it through it just fine, especially considering how much bad weather was all around us this year. So thankfully, hopefully that's going to be the case. Right now, it looks like it will be. And it could turn hot at some point in time in the next few weeks too. That's usually coming with June. But we're still watching these storms down here to the south. Still got a chance for hail production. Slow end chance for maybe a tornado or two. Can't rule that out. You can see maybe a little bit of rotation in them, but not much. So I'm not overly concerned with them at this time. But I'll keep an eye on it. Like I say, Cameron is still out there. He's actually down there south of Bowie. He's watching these storms, and of course, if we get anything that needs to be updated, we'll do it. But right now I think that we're probably going to be okay. These will get out of here pretty soon. So overall, not too bad. Not too bad. The graduation was good this morning. It got a little hot out there at Memorial Stadium, but graduation lasted about 2 hours. So nope, nothing happened there in Oklahoma City. All the storms that we had down to the south really helped to, like I say, kind of rob the atmosphere of a more potential tornadic environment. What would have had to have happened was these supercell storms that we had earlier in the day would needed to have formed later in the afternoon and be present right now for that to be a more significant event. But those storms that developed early, a little bit after lunchtime, that's what kind of I think killed all of that. So not complaining, happy about it, and I do appreciate you guys being a trusted source of weather here today, and throughout the storm season too. Of course, I guess next step will be hurricane season. We don't deal with hurricanes here in this part of the country, but we will watch that for our friends down along the Gulf Coast. And if we get a hurricane, we might, who knows, we might even send Cameron down to the coast for that. You never know. So any idea how long? Well, there's they keep redeveloping back off to the west, so it could be a little bit of time. You got one storm kind of east and south of you now, another one coming in from the west. These are hail producing storms, and we got another thunderstorm developing there north of Graham. So I'd say at least through 10, 11 o'clock before they move completely out. So, and we'll see if these things start to show any rotation. I don't think they are, but if they do, we'll be ready to roll with it to keep you updated. But I believe that they're not going to. But it's a low-end chance that could happen. Not going to rule it out, but probably not. So, all right, everybody, you guys, y'all have a great night, and we'll do updates as needed right here on the social media or any other sources we have. But right now, I think that this probably will be where we'll do any updates for the rest of the evening here on Facebook, and I don't even know that we'll even do a whole lot more, but we'll probably do another one or two.